Alrighty, let's see. It's been about 2 minutes. Hello. Sorry. Sorry for that scuff. Hello once again, everybody. How are you doing? Good to be with you. Hello, Baron. I see you there. Yeah. I was, I've been kind of in a weird headspace because I got a freaking community strike a couple days ago. I think it was, no, it's like a day or so ago. For vector traced adult content. And what that means is what that means is nothing, more or less. You've probably seen more explicit things on TV or big media releases. Big movies and whatnot. Like if you've been to a theater and you've seen PG-13 or above movies, you've probably seen more nipples and Wagyu than was available in that stream. So yeah. I kind of after getting that community strike, I'm like, really? I sent an appeal, and thankfully, since it was my first community strike, well, it was hilarious. It was also irritating, but you know what? Whatever. But we carry on. At least they didn't take away my ability to live stream. Now, as a contingency, in case after this point I ever manage to misbehave, I do have a Twitch channel, and if I ever disappear, I'll be active on that. Same name, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to figure out if it's me or not. Well, I don't know if anyone would bother to impersonate me, but we'll see. But yeah, that's it. That's the updates. The job hunt is hopefully going well. I had an interview Thursday afternoon. I don't know how confident I was about that one, but having made it at least into the second round, I hope I did well. I hope I did well. A lot of questions about my leadership style and how I resolve problems, and I just told them honestly, like, with resolving problems or sort of interpersonal office politics bullshit, I'm just all about like talking to people, figure out like, is there a middle ground we can meet on? Can we talk? Can we figure out, let's get that face-to-face time and then escalate if we have to. But I'd rather not go straight into escalating, that's not my leadership style. I mean, except for the foreign relations, they're looking good. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Hopefully we can get this one wrapped up. I would like to actually add this game to, again, as I said a couple streams back, I would like to add this game to the illustrious list of games Squid has actually completed. But yeah, that's enough about me and my lifestyle. Like I said, latest interview was just about asking, kind of like my leadership style and how I resolve inter-office politics. And yeah. I should have just told him, hey, watch how I'm playing Suzerain. You'll learn everything you need to know about how I handle situations. Anyways, that's enough goofing around. I'm not going to. I'm not going to advertise today. Just, you know what? If they miss it, it's a them problem. Let's just get right into the game. Also, I can't believe Monica would go for the it's just their culture. I'm still reeling from that. How dare you betray me like that, Monica? After all that build-up, after all of that, so on and so forth, and you're just like, I want to be a champion of women's rights, but it's those blutish people. They just got their own culture. What are they saying in the newspapers? I haven't checked the newspapers. Smokes taxed. As Swordish Women continues the march for equality, Anton Rain showed his solidarity by donating a large sum to the Swordish League of Women. This was not only a generous gesture, it marked the first time a president of Switzerland acknowledged and personally supported the women's rights struggle. Reached for comment, a spokeswoman from the League expressed her gratitude to Rain, while emphasizing that new policies will help women's cause more than finances. Oh yeah, Olivia getting arrested. Do you think Olivia is truly a spy? That's a good question. Well, wait, why? Why is the game choking? Why is the game chugging like this? Okay, that's unusual. Why is it doing that? I don't think I've ever had this problem with the game before. I'm losing frames all over the place. I don't know if that's translating over to the stream, but like it's skipping all over the place for me. And I'm not running anything crazy right now. Do I think she's a spy? Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know, right? But I think that's why it's a bad thing that our friend, our boy, got involved in the whole situation to begin with. This is why you have to do things above board. This is why we have the security measures in place. Because let's say, for example, that she is 100% innocent, but that things are just set up in just such a way. Now, that doesn't mean that she is 100% innocent just because she's not a spy. She could have a handler that's working her for information. So, she's not a spy, but she is connected with someone who is a spy. So, I don't know, let's say she goes home to a husband or boyfriend or lover or whoever else, and they're like, so what did you and the vice president talk about today, huh? You know, when they're laying in bed and everything else, and just working her, right? This is how spies work. Actually, it's just as likely that she is being handled by a spy as she is her a spy. So even if she herself is not a spy, that doesn't make her innocent. And what if she got framed by Lucien or Graf or somebody else? Well, yeah, again, that's why it was such a bad thing. I mean, if she was completely innocent, like not a spy and not being handled by a spy, and she still got caught in bullshit, that's still not a good thing. Because it's like you need to be observing all security measures because all of those are in place to make sure that if there's an infiltrator, it's harder for them to sort of play it off on other people. It's very confusing and very crazy. But see, this is why this is why I kind of would like to see more movies where there's spy intrigue going on. I think it was Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy that that was the most recent one that I saw, and I was really satisfied with, because at the end I was like, oh, okay, makes sense. There was all of these twists and intrigues and double blinds going on. And the woman I took to the theater with me, she didn't like it. She was too confused. But the whole time I was just like, oh man, there's so much going on. It's like your low brains would look at that movie and be like, well, it's just Smiley swimming a bunch. And it's like, no, 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 no. There's a bunch going on during the movie, and you got to keep up with it. I liked it. Cranberry? What the hell? Hi, bye? That's it? Too busy. Well, at least you said hello. Hello, Cranberry. Cranberry. Alright. It's still doing that thing. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Also, you just got hammered by YouTube, right? No, I got a warning. I got a warning for nudity, which is weird because it was just for safety's sake, I'll probably see if Twitch has the same issue. It would be funny if Twitch lets it show and YouTube doesn't. This BS will disappear at the end. What exactly did you leak? I didn't leak anything. It wasn't a leak. It was supposedly like adult content. But it was like it wasn't even explicit in any way. It was a vector traced couple. Like, you're talking like blocks of color. Like, the only way that could get less explicit would be if it was just like stick figures. Nothing could be worse than... Yes! That's the funny thing. Like, that's the funny thing. Like, of all of the sussy things that have popped up in all of the streams that I've done, it's vector traced, I can't even barely tell what the hell is going on bullshit that gets me community struck. Meanwhile, gushing over Magical versus PG-12. I walked to the White Room with a cup of coffee in my hand. I prefer a nice Earl Grey, but Anton, you do you. My vice president has scheduled a meeting on the current political situation. The one that is named This is the Police, and the police. YouTube sure loves some American porn games. I mean, the only thing funnier for me would have been if the community strike had hit me on Twitch. I'd be like, yes, some really badly rendered vector traced figures in a theoretically sexual pose. Nothing explicit being seen. Meanwhile, let's look at all these hot tub streams. I can at least give YouTube that they don't have fucking hot tub stream channels. I opened the door and entered the room. Lucian immediately stood up. Good morning, sir. We have a long day ahead of us. Let's begin. I wanted to provide you with some quick updates on the current political situation. He pulled out a few documents from a briefcase and laid them. Wow, it's even leaking over into the dialogue, into the chat. Yeah, there's some kind of memory leak or something going on here. I don't know what this is all about, but yeah, it's still affecting even this, it's still affecting. Also, search up Suzerain without the I. If necessary, type in A9. Anyone? Bye. Gotta go. It's been a long time. It's been far too long, Cranberry, but I know you have your responsibilities, so definitely handle what you gotta handle first. There'll be time. I'm not planning on going anywhere. Always more games to play. Always more fun to be had. So take her easy, Cranberry. Whatever you do. Mr. Hall has reported to me that he is almost finished drafting his new plan for the economy. He said he wanted to solidify the plan before it is presented to you. He will schedule a meeting soon to go over our options. This fucking lag happens everywhere in this chapter. Tell him to be quick. Our administration depends on it. Simon can pull it off, I'm sure. He has never failed us before. I will be expecting good ideas and even better outcomes. This better be good for us. Wow. This better be good, or I'm gonna serve him to the voters on a plate. Simon's not failed us before, so... That's kind of cocky, though. I'll be expecting good... Wow. Wow. This is a massive... They need to patch this. This is bad. This is bad. Of course. I will relay this to him as soon as possible. Close the folder and put away the documents. Moving on. Next, it's time to talk about our election prospects. Lucien took out a new set of documents. I caught a glimpse of colorful charts and graphs. It will get patched with the update in March. Nice. I've just received the results of a voter poll commissioned by Peter Vector shortly before his departure. To put it in plain language, it's not promising. Bad, even. The USP stands to lose up to 20% of the vote compared to 1953. Tell it to me straight. Do we still have a chance? We still have a year to gain more votes, but we've got to think strategically. Fortunately, your new vice president also happens to be an excellent strategist. A horrible drinking buddy, though. Go on, Lucien. I get it, Lucien. I'm glad I picked you. Lucien shuffled some pages around. Looking at the demographics of the voters polled, our supporters among conservatives has plummeted. We can no longer count on their vote at all. The liberal base appears divided, but you do have a considerable number of supporters there. For better or worse, you certainly aren't popular with nationalists. Really? We're not popular with conservatives or nationalists. What a shock. If you ever had any support from socialists, you've completely lost it now. Well, they can move to they can move to Vogsland, I think. Is Vogsland? Vogsland, yes. They can move to Vogsland. That sounds like a them problem. Unsurprisingly, none of the Blutish poll respondents said they were planning on voting for you. Well, they need to stop beating their wives first. Then I'll chase their votes. Lastly, we can't expect votes from centrists and unaffiliated voters unless we do something to win them over. What do you suggest? Lucien smiled and bowed his head slightly. Thank you, Mr. President. This may sound like common sense, but a convincing enough campaign can succeed where policies fail. Even if you opted not to focus your campaign at the moment, I'd still advise you to seize every chance for exposure that you can. I'm a man of substance, Lucien. Image means nothing to me. I'll take that into account. I'd rather be signing bills than kissing babies. Good. On another note, there is a not insignificant portion of undecided voters who don't care who occupies the ruined palace, as long as the economy is running smoothly. Propping up the economy just ahead of the election is a surefire way to win them over. Good to know. Lucy nodded in acknowledgement. Our country seems to be stable so far, but we should avoid further crises if we want to come out of this term strong. There are some worrying news. The Lothaba group is up to something. My informants have been talking about frequent meetings happening between the oligarchs. There is one last thing you should know about. He looked over the door to make sure it was closed. I have reason to suspect that Lily's craft will attempt to challenge you for USP leadership. How do you know? I've merely been keeping my ear to the ground, as always. At any rate, if my suspicions are true, you will need as many allies within the party as possible. Please, keep this close to your chest, sir. You know how much power Miss Graff wields in these halls. Any other advice? That was everything on my end. Keep me posted on all these situations you mentioned. Certainly. I left the room to attend my next meeting. Wow. Wow, you'd think I was running like Crisis on maximum settings mode. Oh, it cleared up for a second there, and then it went right back into it. Ew. This is terrible. Arcasia offers military investment aid. Arcasian Foreign Minister Laurent Martel, in concert with Arcasian President Dwight Walker, has extended a significant proposition to bolster Swordland's military industrial complex in Enrica. This generous aid package from Arcasia encompasses substantial financial assistance, logistical support, and expert guidance from their private military companies. This offer aligns with the industrial expansion plans outlined by Ministers Hull and Menger, aiming to transform Swordland into a competitive hub for new industries. Arcasia is quote-unquote the US, right? They're the ones we're already working with? So this is basically just an expansion of the current deal that we've got going on. Ugh. This is bad. Ow. I think I'm just gonna accept because they've been good to us so far, and it's gonna... Good lord, that lag. Oh! Oh, it's so bad. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, it's painful. It's so bad. It's so bad. Mr. Hull and Manger have prepared a massive industrial expansion plan that could support several key industries in the country through state investments. Swordland could become much more competitive and a hub for new industries with this initiative. Agriculture, automotive, electronics. Or don't expand at all. You don't get the military project. Apparently not, no. Is that because we weren't siding with, what's his name? Go with automotive? Swordish brand cars? It's not because this side with Yosef or Vulcan. Okay, I was wondering. Okay, we'll go with automotive then. Sounds good. The lag. I feel like it's gonna crash at any second. It's so bad. Okay, it's kind of clearing up. No, it isn't. Oh my gosh! I hope they patch this. I love this game, but this is probably the most painful moment besides some of the tougher choices. I still like this game, but my gosh, this needs to be patched. Chapter 4, Checkmate. When I first played Tumana, I thought, completed Chapter 3, Victim of Changes. Okay, good lord, that's better. That's way better. It was raining as Sergei dropped me off at home after yet another grueling day of work. A guard held an umbrella over my head as I walked from the car to my front door. Inside the house was completely dark. I flipped on the light in the kitchen to find a note from Monica. She'd gone to visit her parents for the night, bringing Diana along with her. They had left me some food I could reheat for dinner. I took the pot out of the fridge. It was filled with an unidentifiable grayish-looking stew. Evidently, my wife was still upset with me. Just completing chapter 3. That was it. We eat the stew or pizza. Pizza time. I'm not paying for that. I called Sergei and asked him to pick me up a pizza for dinner. While I was waiting for him, I went in the living room to fix myself a drink. Suddenly, the phone rang. I went back to the kitchen and answered it. Frank's voice was on the other end. Oh, I thought Mom would pick up. Sorry, you're stuck with your old man. I didn't mean it that way. I just figured you'd be working. There was a long silence. I got that record you sent me. Not bad for old folks' music. Peter thought you might like it. How's Uncle Peter doing? If you agree to the woman RA, it says cooking was the first victim of her feminism. Damn, that's fucked up. It's funny, but fucked up. I haven't heard from him since the press conference. Okay. It's so messed up what he did. You know the military's worried about the things escalating with Rumbug since you threw Olivia in jail. They're moving more and more troops up near Muguer. Oops. Well, lag just forced me to make a choice I didn't want to make. Apparently, it's still happening in this chapter. Hopefully that wasn't a bad one. I'll see what I can do to alleviate tensions. The last thing I want is my son going into battle. So you do care about me now that I'm out of the house. I always did. I'm graduating from basic training soon. The commander says I could be the next Joseph Lancia. I wouldn't pick that old hawk as a role model. Sorry, you can't. You've got too much hair. Not until you put on a few 100 pounds. Keep up the good work. I will send you into war first. Damn. God damn, really. That's oof. That's some serious father issues right there. Frank stifled a laugh. Honestly, I was so ticked off at you for sending me here, but I'm really starting to like it. Thank God for failure, right? You were never a failure. The doorbell rang. Sergey was here with my pizza. It's good catching up with you, Frank. Yeah, okay. Bye, Dad. We both hung up. I let Sergey in. The pizza he'd brought was gargantuan. Sergey, would you like to join me for dinner? There's an FC Enrique game today. Sorry, I've got to get back to my family. Sergei left. I ate my pizza alone by the flickering light of the television, wondering when Monica and Diana would get home. Damn. Yeah, the memory leak thing is still going on. It should not take this long to save the chapter. You can watch it together with him if you're friends. No friends, no family. The things I do for this country. It will definitely disappear soon. Well, we'll see, won't we? Children for Future Act. In continuation of the efforts to promote social progress and upliftment, the Parliament introduces the Children for Future Act. The Act focuses on providing tangible support to families in need, with particular attention to the welfare of children. Section 1 of the CFA outlines a direct financial support mechanism for families not falling within the medium or high income brackets. The state will issue a fixed payment for every child in these families, offering much needed financial relief and ensuring that the welfare of the child is not compromised due to economic circumstances. More state support. They just want to keep spending. Why do they want to keep spending? State support, unemployed families, education. Oh, we were pushing this before, the education stuff. Okay, we'll sign it. Good Lord. Human Dignity Bill. What is this? Set forth assembly visits and amends Section 3 of the aforementioned Act with previously allowed transactions involving non-registered business or other entities, including individuals. Legalized, provided that accurate documentation was submitted to the financial authority. The HBD bill specifically revokes the legality of such transaction if they involve activities that infringe upon public morality. Addresses the inadvertent loophole created by 1923 Act which result in the unreal existence of prostitution. HE explicitly categorizes prostitution as illegal activity, so we're outlawing prostitution, irrespective of whether it occurs within a registered or non-registered entity, thereby fortifying our commitment to uphold common decency and moral principles. 3. Stimulates penalty violations of provisions of the preceding sections. It deems prostitution an illegal offense subject to punitive measures as outlined by law. Measures can range from fines to imprisonment or both, depending. So we're basically just outlawing sex work. Done. Fuck them whores. And not in the way that they're going to want to get fucked. They're not getting paid this time. What was that achievement? Lag. Good Lord. What did I just get? I didn't even get to see. Lawmaker. Sign 10 bills. Now you give criminals money. The fuck? Are you having insanity? Aren't we all? Well, I mean, technically, you're giving criminals money either way. Alright. Quick Squid idle meeting. Be right back. Alright, and back. You fight prostitutes, we fight pimps. Oof. I hope this lag goes soon. a 2D game should not be giving me this kind of lag. A storm was on the horizon outside my window. The inside of my office, however, was very warm and cozy. Ugh. I straightened myself out on the sofa next to the fireplace and looked at Mansoon, who was sitting on the couch across from me. He was here representing all 8 Bluish members of the Assembly. He had dark creases under his eyes from lack of sleep. As I said earlier, we've been working on this bill for a long time, Mr. President. I've always done my best to represent my people, only to keep getting blocked in the Assembly. We can't have the same happen again. I've always brought my people's concerns to the Assembly and raised my voice whenever our rights were in question. All we ask is that the Assembly at least have a proper discussion. But all that we get is disrespect. MPs shouting racial slurs at us, not allowing us to speak. It's not only the National Front. He stopped for a moment and repositioned himself on his seat. I don't even remember a time when Miss Tory allowed me to finish a speech. And the Assembly does not take us independents seriously. And you, Mr. President, have approved anti-Bluish policies. I know, or want to believe, that you only did this to appease your base. I am here to ask you to reconsider your stance. We can make a difference in Swordland together. Lag. Good lord. What makes you think that I only had political reasons? That's fucked up. I don't believe I've done anything against the Bluish people. It's true that I have some regrets over my actions. But how can I help you? So no on one unless I really want to piss him off. Oof. Where did that come from? I slept quite a bit today. I don't believe I've done anything against the British people. One is just like, fuck you and your entire... fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Let's play naive. I don't believe I've done anything against the British people. You did not protect Israel Erson and allowed the court to appoint a fascist as the governor of Bergia. Are you aware of the actions of the Minister of Interior? How she's making life difficult for some locals? What our police is doing to our community leaders? Good lord. I am able to read almost faster than the game can print the text. Ugh. I sure hope they get this thing patched. It's pretty bad. You targeted our language and banned it in schools. Hey, Swordland for the Swordish, alright? We're not gonna be like Canada, where you people are like, we're the French. We are the French people. We all speak the French because we are French Canadians. No, you're all gonna be Canadians or not Canadians. If you don't like it, well, you can deal with it, or you can go somewhere else. Swordland for the Swordish. What are these laws if not an attempt at cultural genocide? Cultural genocide? You're starting to talk like one of those Twitter people. Am I having a dialogue here, or are you just reading Reddit posts at me? I mean, what's going on here? It is time to undo these mistakes, Mr. President. Well, if you keep talking like that, I am seriously leaning in the opposite direction. You're right, Mr. Lecce. I'm not proud of my decisions. What are you asking me to do? Why should I undo what I did? Know your place, Mr. Lecce. I gotta give it to this game. It has some really great dialogue options. Someday I would like to play this game as a complete fucking asshole psychopath. It would probably give me quite a few giggles. What are you asking me to do? Talk to your fellow USP members and put your support behind our bill. Our proposal will give amnesty to those who are falsely arrested for having ties to the Democratic British Freedom Party. You haven't seen any really fucked up shit. Yes, but that just makes me want to do a replay even more. Amnesty. Falsely arrested. And it will form a commission for minority rights. I don't know if I like that proposal. So you want us to give amnesty to people who are accused of aiding the British terrorists, who, at this point, we know were a thing, and they were being funded by by whatchamacallit. Rumsburg or whatever it is. So we're just gonna you're just asking us to give amnesty, just blanket amnesty to all those people. That's a hell, and for what? And you want us to establish a community, a committee. I think he's asking way too much here. It isn't the BFF, but the Workers' Party of Bludia. But aren't they connected, though? Yeah, they were like minor connections. Yeah. So what is he asking? Amnesty for people connected to the Freedom Party. And form a commission for minority rights. But if you're sort of citizens, why would you need a commission for minority rights? At this point, you're asking me to set you aside as different people. We need the votes, though. Fine. We'll do it. Thank you, Mr. President. He rose and walked up to me. He extended a hand. This means a lot. Thank you. We shook hands. Suddenly, we heard a knock on the door, and Lucian entered. Sir, I'm sorry. I thought your meeting was over. Mr. President has already decided. We can call it over, Mr. Glade. I was already leaving. Great, then we must go to the meeting room, sir. One of our new campaign advisors has some plans for the election. He's waiting for us. Let's go! Okay, it's a little bit better. Possibility of funding political youth group has arisen. We can potentially expand our ideological reach and bolster our election efforts. Presidency would discreetly allocate substantial government funds to the youth wing, integrating the state part in central institutions, exchange for loyalty and support. So we can fund the commies and the nationalists. So this is a way to buy the Ganazis or the commie votes. Luxury Tax Act. There's an equality taxation system. %, estate tax, purchase, sale, property transfer, inheritance, fairness of tax system, approximately. So you said veto the luxury tax? Luxury goods is a kind of limited jewelry for suppliers and it. So tax the rich people and the inheritors. That's what that is. Yeah, it's tempting, but nah, I don't think we're gonna do that. Nah. Pray the veto isn't overruled. Let's hope so. Good lord, the lag. Killing me here. Good god. I thought the game crashed for a second. Still thinking. %20 tax on alcohol. %20, that's a lot. It's killing me here. This is terrible. %25 is sales tax in Denmark. Alcohol consumption reduced. Emergency call on escalating situation. Oh dear. They fired the nukes. Alas, Babylon. Hey. When the nukes hit, after, Russia and the United States, who won? We did. Alas, Babylon. I was woken up in the middle of the night by a call from the Ministry of Defense. Due to the sensitivity of the information, I had to be urgently briefed in person. I put on my clothes as fast as I could. I rushed downstairs and opened the door. Sergei was waiting for me. These chapters. Good lord. Mr. President, this way to the car, please. We got into the car and made our way to the Ministry of Defense building without a word. I arrived and was directed downstairs. I came to a set of large doors and quickly read the sign above them. The sign read, War Room. Fire the nukes! Fire all the nukes! The dimly lit room was filled with cutting-edge equipment, the latest video screens, long-range radio electronics, and other devices used for communicating, presentation, and planning. The centerpiece of the room was a large round table with the coat of arms of Swordland engraved on it. David, Lucian, Vulcan, and Yosef were already deep in discussion. Very few escape my grasp. Even in death, my power lingers. Mr. Lancia, I advise caution. Going to war wouldn't help anyone. We must maintain peace in Swordland and Eastern Markova at all costs. What do you expect us to do? Sit around and do nothing? They are testing us. We must respond immediately, otherwise they will think we are weak. We must respond immediately to what exactly? What is going on here? Status report, now. Global nuclear war. Global thermonuclear war. Strange game. The only winning move is not to play. How about a game of chess? Mr. President, thank you for coming in at this late hour. There is a situation. Vulcan, please go ahead and provide your report. Mr. President, approximately 20 minutes ago, Rumburg downed one of our planes with anti-aircraft fire from the ground. The pilot was declared KIA. The last recorded position of the plane was inside Swordish airspace. General Kruger, I mean no offense, but are we absolutely sure that is the case? Are you sure this happened within our borders?
No offense taken. Here are the locations on the map and the report from the airbase.
He pointed to several markers on the map.
And to answer your question, yes. We are absolutely sure. You can see here on the map that the plane was downed approximately 10 kilometers inside our borders. We have calculated the trajectory of the gunfire, and they started firing when our plane was within our border. The plane was down near Halgan.
This is terrible. What should we do? How dare they? This is an attack against our sovereignty. We need to be cautious. A war with Rumberg is the last thing we want right now. Wartime president! Wartime president! Kill in action, though. Going to war guarantees primary and election victory. But do we want a war? I don't know if I want to be a wartime president. I know it's a good election strategy, but that's terrible. Let's see what they suggest. This is terrible. What should we do? Use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys, not the mouse. But why? I've been doing it this way so far, why change it now? We need to open diplomatic channels to start an official investigation. Most importantly, we need to remain calm. We must maintain peace.
I agree. They are trying to lure us into their trap. We have enough military power to contest against this violation of international law. An eye for an eye? That's what we need to do. We should attack and down one of their planes in retaliation. We can't look weak. If we appear weak, they will jump on the opportunity. We must order a military retaliation immediately. I agree with the General. Mr. President, our army is ready to do whatever it takes to protect Swordland.
Gentlemen, before it comes to that point, we can prevent further bloodshed by using diplomacy. The room fell silent before Yosef finally spoke up.
Mr. President, what are your orders?
Vulcan is so stupid. Rumberg has 3 times your manpower. Start the Swordish war machine and prepare to invade Rumberg. They will pay for their crimes. An eye for an eye. We will retaliate with equal force to display our strength. Swordland can't afford to look weak. We will approach this diplomatically and try to de-escalate the situation by any means. No one wants war. One is the only way to unlock global nuclear war. I'm gonna have to do that on a run through. Nuclear warfare. Let's go full DEFCON. But it needs other requirements. Alright, let's be diplomatic. We will approach this diplomatically and try to de-escalate the situation by any means. No one wants war. Lucian's tensed-up shoulders relaxed.
Thank you, sir.
I will immediately begin working on it.
With Mr. Reese's capabilities, I am sure that we will de-escalate the situation successfully.
One is buffing your MIC, really good for heavy industry.
We will keep you updated on our progress. We should have retaliated. I hope the diplomatic response makes sure that the further incidents like this are prevented. If there is a next time, I'm afraid that it will be war. We are showing weakness. Of course it will be war the next time around. I'm frankly disappointed, Mr. President. If we can't even retaliate after such an attack, what will become of this country in the future?
Peace must be maintained at all costs. I'm saying this as a man who has seen too many years of war. Joining CSP or starting war machine, global nuclear war. Wait, that's actually an option? That had better be an achievement.
We are not the ones that are attacking the peace. Regardless, it looks like a decision has been made, Mr. President. I know when I am not needed. I will take my leave.
Before he left the room, he saluted.
Well, now that we know the way forward, I have an idea, Mr. President. I think we should hold a military parade to display our strength.
I am with Mr. Lancia on this one. This should work well as a deterrent, and it will come in handy as a tool to de-escalate the situation.
That is a good idea. Simple and effective without causing any ruckus.
That makes sense. Organize the military parade. No, we need to create a peaceful image for Swordland. Gotta trust Lucian. Lucian's our boy.
Understood. That is all, Mr. President. I will keep you updated on the situation. For now, let's have a good night's sleep. You will need it.
I couldn't sleep at all that night. Also, speaking of sleep, hopefully this last interview went well, and we move forward in the hiring process. Basically, what that means is at the beginning of March, my hours are going to be standardized, so probably won't be doing a lot of streaming at this time of day at that point. Most likely, unless I want to set my hours to where I'm waking up at like 6 a.m. or something like that. So let's see. Say midnight, 8 o'clock. Yeah, actually, I could set it to where like 7 or 8 o'clock is my wake up time. But yeah, it'd get weird. Anyways, yes, things are still up in the air as far as my future schedule goes. But yeah, I don't want to get too much into a routine at this point. Not until I know what the future holds. It's either going to be, hopefully, it's either going to be like 2 or 4 o'clock start time, and then like 2 a.m. to like 4 a.m. go to bed time. So, we'll see. Or at least off work time. So yeah, for now, hopefully we can get this finished tomorrow. Maybe Monday or something. We'll see. But good lord, the lag in this last couple chapters. It's so bad. I really do hope they fix that in the next patch. But it was fun. it's fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the conflict with Rumberg. We'll see. And I hope David manages to do something amazing, and I hope we don't have any unpleasant surprises. But yes, as always, I will keep everyone updated with anything else. So, yeah. I'll probably try and stream this tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get on a little bit earlier, and we can maybe hopefully finish the game tomorrow. I might make it a bit of a longer stream depending on how close we are to the end, but we'll see. But yeah, for now, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Kind of hungry. Kind of been sitting in front of the computer for a few hours before I started streaming, so I need to get up, move around anyway. Other than that, like I said, I'll keep everyone posted on what's going on with my life, but wish me luck. So, without any further ado, you know the drill. I'll see y'all out there, and take her easy. Whatever you do. It's still lagging. It's still lagging. It's still lagging. Sir, can die during the parade. Wow. Doesn't look like it. Looks like 2 to 3 parts left. If you are quick, 5 to 6 if not. Just clicking through the UN meeting will save a lot of time. We'll have a nice day. You too. Thank you for the continuing support. Thank you, Cranberry, for popping in for a little while. Everyone else for checking in through all the different streams. Appreciate all the support. Again, as always, I'll see y'all out there, and take her easy. Whatever you do.